when we had that first dump in November that things are gonna just, continue to go down for the whole year. Even myself, I'm like, that was a big dump, maybe January, February, and I was like, damn, hopefully, by November, October, December, we'll be back in the 100Ks. Like at that time, everybody was, hoping and praying that we would get to, so the fact that we were fucking lower than super expected, it's crazy, man. Like it just shows you how crazy the market is. It shows you how nobody, right? Like you can't put that in. And I'm gonna erase everything because I want us to draw all of this, work on this from the very beginning. This has been all the drawings we've done in every like Sunday prep. This is the chart, but again, being that we're starting a whole new year, I'm gonna draw it all out for us tonight and kind of get a good gauge of what we're looking at, what happened, and what we can possibly see in the coming, next coming year, next few months, ways, just a few scenarios that if it does play out, we'll know how to kind of attack it. Um, different possibilities, and like that, we can always, stay one step ahead of the game. Um, so yeah, let's give it a guess 2, 3 more minutes to see if anybody else comes in a little late, and then we'll start. Anybody in this call right now? We're kicking ass. Bro, and I was scared, man. Look at this, right? So I called this on Friday, like in the afternoon, and I forgot that that Forex closes, right? I forgot the shit closes, So when I got in, it was around I want to say here, right? Got in, it pushed up. I'm like, all right, motherfucker, it kept bouncing around my entry. It's in a supply zone. This is why I got it, right? Because it was this right here. Look at the rejection and the resistance we had before, right? We came up once, came down twice, came down close to it again, came down, right? This big ass spike, boom, came down. So there's sell pressure here, right? So last time we were up here, I was looking at this on Friday and I was like, dude, you know what? Let's see if we can get a nice rejection. Again, R&R was great on this, right? Like look how close is a stop loss. Then look at our TPs. Like it was just great R&R. I didn't really care if we took a loss because I think it was only like 15% loss, man. And it was just a fun Friday trade, right? Like I was hoping to swing into the weekend, but again, I completely forgot that this is closing the weekends. And Sunday, I think I wrote it down today. I think my time we open up at around 1, 2 o'clock, so it still opens up pretty early on Sunday. But I think we were here, right? It closed here Friday, mind you. We didn't have that big red candle, right? But again, TA is everything, guys. This is why I fucking love to. Oh, look, you know what? I can do even one better. I can do one better. What the fuck did I just do? Hold on. How do I do this? Give me one second, guys. I want to see if I can find. I know on this. Isn't it replay? Right? Yes. Want to hit replay, and then. Okay. All right. I see how it works here. Yeah, I'm used to doing it on what's it called on my iPad. So I've never used it on this, but here, this is what I want to show you guys. Hold on. Right? So we'll leave it there. There you go. All right. So again, we was looking at this. I saw that we had nice sell pressure here on Friday. Kept pushing right up to it, so we grabbed a nice little entry. Let me hit the play button. And on Friday, it literally closed like right up here. What was it? Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's coming out to it now. Yeah, so again, it was pushing up, nice little ladder. I drew a nice little uptrend, and look how we respected it, like the whole time it was there. What goes up must come down, right? And again, just because we saw that sell pressure back there on Friday, we closed up here, man. Watch, like, all right, this is already Saturday. Oh, this is Sunday already. Shit. So yeah, this was the closing candle on Friday, and it would look like it was gonna push up, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I remember seeing this Friday when it was closed. I was like, that we were down like 5%. I'm like, fuck, man, this really. It was almost forming a cup and handle, and I was like, damn, if it does form it, the neckline would be here, a little maybe drop to here and pop up. We're gonna get screwed, right? But it didn't, man. It played out beautifully, beautifully. Sunday, the minute it opened, right, like it opened up here, boom, big old red candle. And the minute I saw that, I was like, oh, yes. Oh, yes. So we went a little sideways and we got the drop. We got the play we wanted, right? We got a nice trend break, resistance, rejection in a supply zone that came down fucking beautifully, right? And again, this play is not even over. We just trimmed once around 20%. It was already at TP1. I just didn't see it was at TP1. It was around 20% here. So trim the first one, right? Stop loss is at entry. We won. That's it. Like we're already golden on this trade. Right now our runners could continue coming down. And the beautiful thing about Forex is that this thing has some real steady trends, man. And this is why I've been wanting to play a little more with Forex more and more, especially when crypto's acting up, right? Like when crypto's looking like shit, which it has been. These nasty dumping pumps. I don't like those dumping pumps, man. They kind of really tick me off because, if I have a nice TA drawn out for something that should be popping up, and the way crypto's been the last week or two, it's just been drop, right? It'll hit your stop loss and then run right up and still play out and then drop from down here to here. Like it's really popping pretty nasty. And again, it's just designed to kind of take people's money. It's Christmas time, man. They want their money back, so they're gonna kind of keep whipping it back and forth, to get all us degenerates that love to trade every day. You know what I mean? So again, this is why I like BingX, guys. This is why we do what we do in Good Vibes, because we kind of change it up. We don't just stick to the same crypto or just stocks and options. We kind of give you guys a little bit of everything. And Forex has been something that we've been talking about for months here at Good Vibes. And everybody's been making the switch. And again, it's not like we're completely switching over, but we're trading something different, right? Like BingX, the beauty about it is that we get to trade crypto, we get to trade our forex, our indices, our commodities all in one shot. So why not have it all in one platform? But with forex, we were looking at charts the other day, man, and we were just saying how clean the trends are. Like you can almost really pinpoint the trends on this, and when they run, right? Like when you have a nice clean breakout, on forex, they kind of really really run, right? So let me just show you guys what I mean. Clean, nice uptrend, right? Lower highs, breaks, performs beautifully, right? Then you have your downtrend, I think from here, right? Your lower highs, right? Broke that downtrend, ran beautifully. Like they really run pretty well in that direction that you're kind of playing it in when you're playing the breakout like this, right? Like if you have a nasty downtrend like this, you're not going to chase it and grab an entry all the way down here. You're going to wait for this to break. When it breaks, you grab a long, and this is a 4-hour chart. So look how strong these things run, man. This is why I'm really been leaning more towards forex, because again, I'm just finding out that I can kind of identify trends a lot better here, which will make it easier, right? And better for my portfolio. Instead of taking all these little losses from back and forth pump and dumps, I can trade this that is more, just again, shows me more confident, gives me more confidence in these trend breaks, right here, right? Lower high, we break, we enter. Even if we entered here, did the pullback, retested, but came down profitable, right? Profitable still. So again, I'm liking forex a lot, but again, I want to still lean towards everything next year coming up. I want to kind of break down a schedule where I can maybe, do 1 week or maybe like three forex trades a week. Have three crypto, have three indices. That way, I can kind of break it up into each section, and I can still, train my eyes to really practice all these trends and all these different exchanges and different things that we're gonna trade. So again, man, just it's really not hard, guys. A lot of guys don't want to do it because they don't understand it. But the same happened with crypto, right? Like I think when I was starting options and stocks, somebody brought crypto to me, and I would have started this even sooner had I listened to him. But I was so obsessed with options and stocks that I was like, nah, I don't want to try crypto. And then what happened when I tried it? I literally fell in love with it, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, picking up crypto, because with that one, I'm able to do my own hours and things. But now that we have Forex too, it gives us another tool, like it's like, hey, crypto's acting up. It's too volatile this week, too many bad news coming out, CPIs, this and that. Then let's look something a lot more calmer where we can actually make a good trade, right? Instead of forcing up something that's not there. And that's what I've seen a lot of us do. I look at all the analysts that we have. I see some guys forcing up some calls that we're all just trying to put it out there for you guys. But it's hurting us because again, it's not the best market. I even told you guys around this time, it's the holidays, right? So things are a lot slower. You're not gonna see as many big moves and rapid reversals and things like that. So, this is why it's good to have options, guys. That's all I want to do. I want to give you guys, always keep you guys grounded that there's options. You don't always have to stick. If you're trading crypto and it's not going your way, try something different. I think even our good friend Blur, right? Blur was kicking ass at first in crypto, then he hit his funk. He went through a pretty nasty funk, right? I think it was like a week of bad trades. He said, fuck it. He tried Forex. Now he's killing it again. And he says the same thing. He's like, Kenny, I can see the charts better in Forex than I do in crypto. So boom, he made the switch, you know? So again, guys, just something to think about. We're always gonna have these classes, so you guys could pick these things up. We're always looking at all different charts. That way, you guys can see that as long as you learn how to chart, you can do anything. You can literally trade stocks, you can trade options, you can trade crypto, forex, and dice. Like you can do anything as long as you're able to read your charts, man. And this is why I like to kind of just show you guys the basics. That if you can grab the basics as far as like support line, resistance, trend lines, then anything else you add to that will just make your trading better, right? Like that's when all the different theories come in as far as Elliott wave, which is again, I told Tex and the other waivers in here that my goal for this year into 2023 is to learn exactly how to use Elliott wave. I want to add that to my arsenal, right? I want to add it to everything else that I've learned in the past few years, picking up different ideas and things from different people, different traders. That's one thing that I really do like, and I've always had a strong interest in it. I just never had the time to pick it up. But having these guys that do know it, right? Like that are knowledgeable in it, that every time they're giving lives, guys like Tex, Drew, Omarion, those are our waivers. Those are our Elliott wave guys. Kiko also, and whenever they jump on, I join too. I'm a student of learning, guys. Just because I've been doing this shit for 3 years, that doesn't mean that I'm the fucking man. I still feel like I'm a student. I still feel like I'm a rookie. So I'm always gonna continue learning from anybody who wants to show me a chart. And when these guys show Elliott wave, I pick it up. I pick up things that I like, that I don't like, and it's just like I said, another thing to add to my arsenal, come 2023, so I can be even a better trader, right? Because every year you're just gonna get better and better. You're gonna keep picking up things. You're gonna find out what works, what doesn't, and that's what a trader is. A trader is a person that pretty much finds their own strategy in everything they learn over the few years. Remember, this is a process, guys. You're not gonna learn this in 2 weeks and be like, oh shit, I know trading. I'm the man. I'm gonna kick ass every day, because you're gonna be surprised the day that you think you know it all and you're there overconfident and like, you know what? Yeah, this is definitely gonna go down. I'm gonna full port this one because I know it's gonna go down. Guess what? That's the day that you're gonna get fucked, right? Like it's happened to me. It's happened to many people. It's happened to a lot of people, guys. Every time we always think we have that edge on the market and we get a little cocky, the market has a way of humbling everybody back to their grounds, right? And I've been slapped around a few times every time I think I know what I'm doing. So that just shows me, man, that this is not something I'm gonna get tomorrow. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna be years and months, more months of back testing, more months of practicing different indicators, different theories. But I'm okay with that because this is something I chose. This is something I love to do. As you guys can see, I have a passion for it, right? Like every Sunday, I'm here faithfully with you guys. I can be hanging out, partying. Like right now, my wife is in a Christmas party with her friends. I could have been hanging out, but I'm like, no, I gotta go sit with the guys and practice and prepare for this, week that's coming up. Because I still want to make some trades before I go on my vacation on Thursday. So we're always going to do this, guys. We're going to be consistently doing this every day. It doesn't matter where the market is. I don't care if Bitcoin is at 5K. For those of you that are new, that just joined us this week, as long as we have levels to trade, we're always going to trade. You understand? Like, even if Bitcoin was to go to fucking $2,000 by tomorrow, and it continues to bounce from 2,000 in between 5,000 or 10,000, then believe it or not, guys, those are the two levels that we're going to be playing ping ponging it up and down, getting the support at 10, getting the resistance, at 13, whatever, right? And we're going to ping pong it down. And that's trading, right? Like, try not to fall in love with the market as far as, feeling bad because we're at 16K, because even I used to do that, right? Like there was some days that I woke up during this year where I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, fucking Bitcoin's what? Is that 17K? Fucking shitcoin, man. Damn, this fucking market is horrible. And then, I go to trade and I'm in a funk, right? Like you don't want to do that. You want to have that robot mentality where it's, you know what, you wake up today, if you're a day trader, all right, well, what are we doing today? Okay, so today we have this level's here, our support here, we have our resistance here, right? So hey, if it comes down to my support, I'm gonna long it, right? If it comes to my resistance, I'm gonna short it. I'm gonna look at my indicators to see how they look, my momentum. I'm gonna look at the market, right? I'm gonna see how my market is doing. If my market is red, then I'm probably gonna lean more towards the shorts, especially if it's slap dab in the middle, right? When it's in the middle, I told you guys I don't like trading this because it's called no man's land, right? It's a literally flip of a coin where it can go up or it can go down. But at least if you're near resistance, there's a higher probability of this coming down than it breaking up because there's so much resistance points here. You understand? And the same goes for your support. So it doesn't matter where Bitcoin goes, guys. As long as we have levels to play, we're always gonna trade. Um, I don't think Bitcoin is ever gonna go to like Luna, right, where it's just gonna die out. There's too much invested in it, man. There's too much invested in it. It's way too much money invested in Bitcoin to ever let it die officially. Doesn't mean it can't come down to 12K like everybody's still predicting, right? It doesn't mean it can't come down to 5K. If anything, if it does, I mean, I'm going shopping if it does. I just bought my first spot. I think what was it with the guys here, right? Like I've been doing this for 3 years. I never really held spot because when I started trading Bitcoin and all this, mind you guys, they were up here, right? I was here for all these runs. And it was a beauty, it was a fucking beauty. Everybody was happy. And that's why I want this to come back so bad because you guys are going to see that if you guys stick around, that when the bull market comes and people are making money left and right, it's such a fucking good feeling, man. Like I think what was it? That was a few weeks ago where we had a nice little bullish run. And I even took a loss, and I'm with the chat with the guys. It was like a 20% loss, and I'm laughing. I'm like, guys, I don't care. Everybody else is making money on other longs. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, guys. Let's switch to a long. Boom! I threw out a long. It went up, right? Like it's just a good feeling, man. But again, I was here for all of this. I've seen this. Um, we're gonna get back there. It's just a matter of time, right? Like when and where, who the fuck knows, right? It can be a year from now, it can be 2 years, it can be 3 years. But this is why I tell you guys, I'm in it for the long run. While Bitcoin is down here, and even if it goes down here, this is where I'm really gonna shop, right? This is where I'm gonna load up on some of my long-term buys, like Matic and all of these, right? These are the levels right here, right? This is the lowest I think Bitcoin is fucking can go, to point zero. So if it does come down here, guess what, man? I'm buying Bitcoin, I'm buying Ethereum, and holding until the day that it does pop and we do come back to these levels. Your boy is gonna be a fucking rich guy. My kids are gonna be, holding a nice bag because their dad did something smart, right? And again, it's trading, right? And the same goes with your stocks. You want to wait till you find levels like this when your market is going down to buy. You don't buy at the top, right? And then even if you do make the mistake of buying at the top, the only time you sell for a loss is when you sell, when you actually close the trade. But if you're buying at the top, then one, you should never put all your money in one basket, right? Two, if you are buying at the top, have something for rainy days like this. For when your market does come down, you have something to add to it. That way, if you did get in here, right? Let's say you had $10,000 and you whatever, right? You want to invest it in fucking Ethereum, whatever it was, right? Let's say Bitcoin. You put it, your first 2-3 thousand here. It was a bad entry, right? It was all the way at the top. You thought it was going to 100K. It surprised you, it didn't. Surprise, surprise. We had a whole year of it coming down. Then these should have been your levels right here, right? Like especially this one. This is a strong support right here, where you put in another 2-3 thousand, right? 5,000. Oh shit! You know what? I still have another 5,000 in case Bitcoin does get to this low right here. Then I'll put another 5,000. But let's say you start picking up, right, and it starts coming back. Then you're looking at levels to add in case if it does break, right? So that's trading, guys. That's what TA will do for you. TA will, show you what these levels are, especially if you're long-term holder and things like that, right? Like, and again, even whatever you're into, swings, day trading, scalping, 1 minute scalping. Like I think last week I had my nephew in here and we were going over 1 minute scalps, right? I'm showing you guys that if you can identify trend on a daily time frame, you can identify trend on a 15-minute time frame. You should be able to identify it on a 1 minute time frame. And as long as you can find trend, right? Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, breaks, you grab a short, boom, performs. 9 out of 10 times they perform. 8 to 9, 9 out of 10 times. Every time we find the trend, it really does perform. So it can be as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to put in the work, guys. Nothing comes in, like I said, nothing is free, man. You guys got to really put in that time, that work. And, like I told most of you guys that's been here with me for a while, trading is like life, right? What you put in is what you get. If you half-ass this, you're going to get half-ass results. But if you really put the time, energy, and effort into this, there's no telling the amount of results you can see on this. All right. So, yeah, guys, let's start looking at this at a bigger time frame. So far, let me grab some water real quick. Do you guys have any questions of anything I've gone over or anything you want me to see? If not, then I'll continue going.
Kenny, I left something in the chat. Probably good to what you were talking about Bitcoin price action. So
Mm-hmm.
like if you're buying spot, I don't know if other guys can see it's in the voice chat. I left like a chart there. You can see like every time there's Bitcoin halves or whatever, halving happens. That's the
Ah,
term, I guess.
halving.
The price
Okay.
action goes up like crazy. So you can take a look. Let me see. Let me just put it in the chat.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see what you're talking about, brother.
Hold on. Let me put it in the GBT chat. So,
Okay. Okay.
like whenever the next run happens, we're probably gonna make something good.
Mm.
you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see it. I see. You see? And that's another
Yeah.
thing, brother. I haven't looked into these theories, man. There's a lot of these that I've been seeing that kind of are showing that, right? Like that we're almost done with these nasty drops. That it's, I think, within the next year or two, we might just start seeing, hopefully, us, make newer highs, right? Like start really showing growth again. And this is why I'm telling you guys, man, like if you haven't bought yet, I think right now it's a great time to start. And again, I'm not telling you guys to buy fucking, unload your savings or shit like that. Like anytime when it comes to investing in anything, right? In anything, you guys never use money that you need. And when I say money that you need, I don't mean you use your rent money. I don't mean you use your college money. Like you don't use your savings for this. No, man, you put together some money that you don't mind losing, right? Like anytime you invest money, it's something that, you know what, we don't know what can happen. I'm saying here that I don't think Bitcoin will ever go to zero. What the fuck do I know, right? Like, what does anybody really know? The same people that was telling us, and I was a big believer at this, was, hey, Bitcoin is never gonna break 30K, guys, because there's so much investors in it that if Bitcoin breaks 30K, you're gonna see it go down to zero, right? Hey, bro. I was the one that was saying it in here, I think, or before this happened. I was like, guys, we will never break 30K. Wow, man, was I shot? Was I fucking? It was an eye opener for me, right? Because again, I thought from everything that I was listening to, and again, I was seeing this strong, strong demand here, man. Like you have a really strong like that, and you guys could see it, right? Like once it broke that demand zone, bro, it went to shit, man. Bitcoin really went to shit, right? Like. So that just shows you that, this is what I was looking at. I was like, dude, if we're not breaking this, we've held this so many times, man. Every time we hit these 30K levels, we always bounce back and hard, right? Like hard, man. I didn't think we were gonna break, So now I'm a believer of anything is literally possible. Like to me, I still think it's very possible for us to see 12K, 5K, 4K. Like it's anything is possible, This is why I still just kind of trade it for the day, right? Like if I wake up tomorrow and we're at 15K or 10K, all right, well, let's see what levels we have. Let me see how many times it hits support, how many times it reject. Because at every time something goes down, right, or up, it consolidates. There's always a point of consolidation. It has to consolidate. That's where your bulls and your bears are battling it out to see what's the next big move. And this is why I love to do this, right? I love to box these things out whenever they do that. Whenever I see consolidation, I box it out for that same reason because I'm now waiting for that next move. Right now we've been boxed in here a few days now, right? Let me see. Hold on, how long we've been in here. Date range. So after that nasty drop, we've been in here for almost 40 days. That's a month. Yeah, about a month and a week. We've been in here just going sideways, right? And again, your sideways is your lowest, it hitting 15, right? 15.6. Your highest, it's about 18. Even though it's a 3,000, point gap, but it's still just ping ponging up and down, right? When you have that, that's when again when it breaks, it makes that move. So this is why I love to box these things in, man. Look, same thing happened here, right? Ping ponging up and down, and again, you're grabbing the bodies of these candles, right? Like you see, notice how when I do the box consolidations like this, I'm leaning right on the body. I'm looking at the body, and again, even the wicks are touches, right? Like they're technically still touches, but I'm always trying to hug the body as much as I can, right? And look, as soon as we broke that body, right, like this should have been the candle that the next one should have went up if it was going to continue to consolidate. That was the candle that broke the first mold, right, which was this box. Then look at this was the demand on it. It was that last wick. This candle was the one that just said that's it, right? And it went to shit after that, man. That's a big wick. What was it, from 26 to 21? That's a 5K drop right here that day. In one day, 5K drop. So these levels, man, you just gotta find consolidation. Whenever you find consolidation, box it in. Put your longs, of course, if it breaks out on top, or if you have a nice little bounce off of the bottom of your boxing, right? And then again, even if you get a nice long from here, this is where your stop loss is. R&R is always going to be great when you do something like that, right? Because if you're getting entry here, your stop loss is what? Less than 5% right here? Like it's these are the trades we look for, man. These are the ones that really tend to play out. These are the ones that when you hear somebody say, "Hey," I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's smart money concept where you can have about 10 trades, right? Let's say seven of them can go wrong, right? They can all go wrong at what, 5, 10, 15%, whatever the most, I think is like 10%, right? But all it takes is one win, and that one win can give you 50, 100%, 150 if you catch it right. You see what I'm saying? So that's good trading, man. That's another thing that I would definitely want to, again, enforce into my trading. I'm always looking at my trading, guys. I'm always looking, studying myself as a trader, seeing what I did wrong, what I didn't do wrong, and a lot of the things that I've noticed me growing as a trader this year is my entries, right? Like, and I've always said it, I've never shied away from telling you guys that my entries are like a flip of a coin, man. Sometimes they're fucking great, right? Like we get in and it just performs and it works out beautifully. And then I think I want to say the other half or most of the half, I want to say it goes in, we go in, it does this, and then it fucking runs up, So that's one thing I want to work on, and I think having a lot more patience this year, I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna work on my patience, really waiting for these things to get to that level, to that bottom level, instead of just winging it sometimes and grabbing it in the middle and then having to adjust with a DCA. Because I remember, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was going through my funk, and every trade out of 10 trades, I think nine of them or eight of them, we had to DCA. That's bad to me, man. If I have to DCA every time I put a trade out, that means that my entries are shit, right? Like that they're not hitting. I'm not seeing the trade right. If every time I'm going in, it's going the complete opposite way. And I have to DCA. Now, mind you, out of those 10 trades, the DCA worked about 6, 7 times, and that's, again, something about my DCAs, man. I guess I'm like really on point when I get a shitty entry that I really scope things out and try to get a perfect DCA. And lately, that shit has been my bread and butter, man, because I'm also, I'm going in a little deeper into the trade where I'm adding more money. And it's also giving me a better entry that if it does perform, they're performing nicely. And then it's been paying out beautifully. And again, even when I DCA, man, I'm literally keeping those stop losses close where, yeah, we put a little more money into it and gave us a better entry, but it's not getting cut that deep, right? Like it's all right, 20%, boom, we're out. That's it. We're not waiting for it to be 200% or anything like that. So it's just things, again, that I've noticed about myself, things that I want you guys to do, yeah, man. Always study yourself, see what's working, what's not, and fix it, adjust it, find ways. And again, we're always in chat. If you guys have any questions, or any theories that you guys are following that it's not working, then talk to us. We'll help you guys, guide you guys the right way. This is what we're here for. So, yeah, guys. All right, let me go back to the back to back. All right, so again, guys, this is what the move obviously for this year was. It was straight downtrend, guys, all the way from November 21st, right? We had it like this. We were here when we broke this. You guys remember, those that have been to these Sunday preps, you know that we've been looking at Sunday preps, all of this, right? We were there when we broke. We were like, holy shit, we're breaking. We played a few longs this week and we made good money. We also saw some resistance, right? When it did come down, we played that as well because it was almost a retest to that trend line. This was the weekly trend line that it did. It was a nasty year, all of you guys know. The beauty is that those of you that just started this year, right? And again, not even a full year. Like I know a lot of you guys have only a few months. I know a lot of you guys started in like January of this year or like February, March. You guys only saw this, you guys only saw a bear market, which is why I think a lot of you guys, at least in good vibes, I want to say 90% of you guys are bears in here, and to each his own, right? I'm a bull. I'm always gonna be a bull. But again, a lot of you guys are bears because this is all you saw. You just came to this market and right away you just saw us coming down and down and down. And again, a few days of it going up, yeah, yeah, yeah. But then just nasty drop after nasty drop after nasty fucking drop, which made you guys bears, right? Every time you guys see these run ups, it's smart. You guys, we're trying to short that, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's actually a really good thing. Um, but yeah, this is what we had most of the year, man. It was just pure drops. It opened my eyes up again because being that I did see this, I was more of a bull, right? And now I'm kind of starting to learn how to be a lot more neutral. Starting to look for that rejection from the top instead of always trying to long. So it was a definitely eye opener for me. I've never been in a bear market this long as well. You know, this is a first. Never been in a bear market for more than a year. Um, so it's again, it's all of trading experience, right? It's everything we're learning from these years and these past few months is going to teach us and show us how to become better traders. You know, there's certain days that things happen that we kind of, you know, zoned in, and I think you should all kind of keep a trading, what is it, like a trading diary if you can, because there's certain things, right? Like I think, what is it, red September? We all know September's are the red fucking, you know, red September in stocks and options. But even or not, the same played out this year too in crypto. Where September was pretty red, man. We had some nasty drops. Um, so things like that, you know, you want to remember. Look, September right there, boom, nasty drop, right? Like you want to remember things like this. That way, when you are trading next year, right, you're gonna think about it. You're gonna be like, you know what, shit. I remember last year, September, we kept fucking dropping. They kept saying red September, right? So what are you gonna do next year? You're gonna kind of prepare for that, right? You're gonna start looking for these run ups, find where their resistance are, and you're gonna short the hell out of them, and probably make fucking bread on shorts all month in September. See what I'm saying? So things like that, man. Trading journals really help, and things like that. Having your trading log is another beauty. Hold on.
It powers the wall versus some platinum kids or like no game.
Say it again. So yeah, like having trading logs is big. Definitely want to get into that. Um, you know, keeping track of everything like that, man. Like those things really help to keep track. I love it, man. I love to go back to my trading log and see how much I've changed in the past few years. You know, I've grown into a different trader, and just look at all the past mistakes and things like that. You know. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. All right, all right, guys. So, boom, we had this last year. What to look for this year, right? Right now, we are at a strong support, okay? We are at a bit of a strong demand. I want to say like this. Let me see if I can see it better on the weekly. We're going to try to get some levels that we can actually keep our eye on. Yeah, this is actually a good supply right here. I mean, demand. Right? So we're at a demand as we speak. Not right on it, as you can see, right? We still have some space. The 15, I think that 15.5 is a strong support. If I'm not mistaken, right? Was it 15? Let me see. 15.5 is about here. Yeah, that's perfect, man. 15.5 is that support, man. I think if we hold, we should be okay, right? Like, because again, we also broke this weekly downtrend. That was big. You know, even though we did break it, we came straight down. We're still holding. I'm not I don't want to say that it won't happen. You know, again, anything is possible, but I don't know. I don't really feel like we're gonna pass under 10K. I think we really need some really shit news for this to go back down. Could it happen? Absolutely. You know, and if it does, you know, just like I told you guys before, right? Like when we were looking at the 30Ks, I was like, guys, if we break 30K, we're gonna short. You know, we did. We rode it to the 17s, right? Now we're at, you know, we had that point even then. We had a strong support at 18, you know, and I told my guys in a few Sunday preps, I'm like, guys, if we break this, we're gonna short it, right? And same thing, we did. You know, we had a nasty break from there. I'm feeling the same where we're at right now. You know, if we break this demand zone, I'm shorting till 12K, you know, and this is probably gonna be my entry. Actually, I want to keep that one that it's right here, and I'm gonna put an alert on this. So the day we do break this down, right, like crossing down, once the bar closes, but I want to actually do this on a daily, meaning that for this to take off and actually alert me, it'll be this gold line right here. For it to actually alert me, it has to close on a daily candle, right? Like mind you, look at how many times we wicked back up on the daily. That'll be a good long if we can get it, right? If it breaks this under, then that's it. I'm shorting and I'm looking for 12K, you know, for the next target point, right? And if we look to the left, we'll see where we have some target points, right? So where is this bad boy? There we go. All right, so again, bam, this is the strongest one right here. That's 12K. That's the one that everybody's looking at. About right here, right? Support. Thought I did one for support. That's actually a strong support. I don't even want to write minus support on this because this is actually pretty strong. Strong support. All right, so that's the next one. Look, 12, 12, 2, 7, 6. I mean, 12, 12, 12, 2, 7, 6 is the next one. If we do break this, again, I want to make sure that this line alerts me once it crosses under and the bar is officially closed, kind of giving us that confirmation that, yeah, we have a breakout under this. Short, and this is it. Short BTC in nice bold capital letters. So I know that when I do see this, it's gonna let me know. It's just gonna pop up on my phone. Boom, it's gonna break out under that. It's gonna let me know exactly what I want to do because again, I always have like 50 alerts on this. So, as long as it's letting me know what to do, then I'll come back. Boom, it tells me short BTC. We're at 15 fucking K. I'm looking at these indicators to see how it looks, and we're shorting, guys. And I'm telling you, the next point to me, if we do break this nice little demand zone that we're in, then it's probably gonna go to 12K. So that's one way to definitely look at it, right? For the next few months, it can happen anytime, and that's the thing. This is why I'm not one. I will never give you guys a date on something that I don't know can happen, right? Like that's you know I can't see the future, right? I can't be like, hey guys, well look, if it follows this, it's gonna break down here in April, and by June we'll be at 12. That's there's no way of doing that, guys. Don't get fooled. Like there's no way of calculating exactly what day something is gonna be where because the market does what it wants, right? Now there's ways of planning out for it, right? Like just like we just did now, we're setting our stuff up for success. We're setting alerts on our charts, and this is why um for all you guys that are trading, that some say, hey, Kenny, I can't trade. I'm gonna give it up because, I'm too busy. I don't have the time, right? The first thing I say when somebody tells me that that's bullshit, right? Because if you find the time, you can do this, right? And again, when it comes to trading, you can become a swing trader, right? I know plenty of fucking doctors, guys that really have that really fucking tough job where they're on, they're doing something 24/7. They love trading and they don't have the time. I taught a few of them how to do swing trades, right? Where now they don't have to look at their trade every day. When I tell you guys to study yourselves as trader, that will help you determine what kind of trader you are. If you're an impatient person, then like me, I'm an impatient person, so I need to be a scalp trader, day trader. I like to hold it within the same day if I can, get my money, get out, boom, right? Other people that have the patience, I always lean to you guys to pick swing trading because if you can swing trade, you can do things like this where you're setting yourself up for success, right? We're saying that pretty much our alert is going to go off if Bitcoin decides to break this demand zone. We're aiming for shorts, right? So one of our first target points, obviously we'll find some in between there, right? Because look, you have a little bit of consolidation right around your 13. And again, we'll probably get a nice little bounce to the 13 and do what it does if it still comes down to 12, right? But your next strong support is 12. So that's what I'm looking for. If it does that, right? That's uh my alert is gonna let me know. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. Now, right? This is that. That's in case if we break this demand zone. The reason I give you that point is because we're here. This is where we're at right now. In the next few months, easily, right? Like this is May, and we can easily go sideways until something like this happens again, where it does break down and it gives us that. And that's what we'll look for. However, now we are at a strong demand, right? So for my bulls, this is what we have going on right now. You have almost, I want to say, not a bull flag, right? No, no, hold on. Let me see if I can draw this out. I mean, one, we're boxing in. So we already know that, right? We already drew this earlier that we're definitely boxed in on Bitcoin. So what am I looking for if we're longing this? If it does, pick up from here and start giving us, fuck, man, that rally that I think everybody's been dying for, for the longest already to come into play. But if we do start breaking, I want to say around these levels, right? Something about over 18. Like the last time we spiked up to 18, shit, man, it showed us that is going to be a tough wall. That 18,500. There we go. And then if you look to your left, look, you have some resistance there, right next to that one. Then if you drag it even more to the left, you have support, right? So that's showing you that this little 18 level that it came to, right, a few days ago, 1, 2, I think it was it Wednesday, it literally ran up, fucking caught a lot of people that were shorting this, it caught them by surprise, spiked up, but it showed us that there is massive amount of sell pressure in the 18 levels, right? Because two red candles right after that, so that's showing you that we're gonna have trouble here. So this is one thing that I am looking for if we are going to be a little bullish in the next few months to come. One, I want to see a nice breakout from our box right here. Excuse me. Hold on one second. Yeah, I want to see one a nice breakout out of this consolidation box from above. I want to see a clear breakout over the 18 levels, and then that's something that we could definitely look at for longs if we get to that point. But until now, I think we might just go side again. It's next few days, guys. It's Christmas, it's fucking New Year's. I don't really see much happening these next few days. Let me see. Mid January, December. I want to say to like mid, man. Maybe mid something, maybe here. Again, I could be wrong. But this is my theory, my opinion of what we might see in the next few days. It's just probably consolidation on Bitcoin. Doesn't mean that our alts can move. It's been proven many, many times before that when Bitcoin sometimes decides it just wants to go sideways, like days like this where we're just looking at the market and it's so fucking boring. And we're like, dude, it's like watching paint dry. You'll have your days, man, where your altcoins are pushing different, right? Like they're really spiking up and things like that and not following Bitcoin whatsoever. We can always still find those coins, obviously, but right now, I think everything's just like I said. Look, these things had nasty drops the past few days. It's just dead volume, man. Damn, this is a nasty chart. Ugh, straight down. For those of you guys holding audio, yuck. Yeah, just I feel like we're just gonna continue seeing consolidation the next few days. Next few weeks until after Christmas. After Christmas comes, then we'll probably start seeing some pretty strong moves. Let me see. There's a calendar that I think I posted in general, right? Watch this. Do I still have it here? No, that's not it. Damn, I don't have it here. Shit. It's more of a Dow Jones. It's an old, and again, I'll post it tonight. I'll look for it. I'll post it and I'll pin it because it's actually it shows you what the market does for the months throughout the year. And it actually shows you it in the stock markets, but I've seen it affect us in crypto. And again, those of you who don't know, crypto and stock markets, they're they coincide, man. They have their little days where they fucking run side by side. You'll see Bitcoin and you'll see SPY running literally almost kind of the same patterns. So they definitely do have their moments where they, if one is pushing up, the other one's kind of tends to follow, which is why we always look at both markets. SPY this year has been making some funny moves as well. Damn, dude, we've been watching this one for a while too, guys. Look, we drew this trend line on SPY around here, right? Yeah, around here. We've been looking at SPY every Sunday, same thing for Sunday prep. And we drew this line here because we had one lower high, two, we were there when it got the third one, we were around here. And it did all of this, right? Look how exact it came and hit our fucking trend line these past few days. Came once, boom. Came, mind you, again, this line was already drawn out. We didn't even touch it. It hit exactly, came down. And look at where it's bouncing off of our minor support. Came again, retested the second time. There's your double top. Boom. Comes right back down. Eesh. Spy's another one, guys, man. Spy for this year. I want to see it break this downtrend already. If crypto can fucking be in its downtrend for a year, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe SPY for the next few months just follows this, like, almost kind of like a bearish channel it's forming. Let me see if I can grab the bottoms on this. Yeah, there it goes. A little bit. I gotta move it a little bit like this ish. I got some there. All right, so it's in a bearish channel. A nice breakout from the top. I mean, shit, man, that would be great for the market. Great for crypto in general because I think it'll start leading to new highs. Our last highs we hit on SPY was what 475. And again, it's mind you, look, while our market was coming down this whole time, this one held pretty well. Even after that whole November, right? Like it still held. Crypto was dying completely. This one didn't. Which was weird because again, it goes back to that whole seeing how they both well, I'm trying to find the right word. Seeing how they both just kind of mesh together and follow each other. This was one time where it was confusing because again, it was Bitcoin was coming down, SPY wasn't. And everybody was like, "Dude, what the hell's going on?" But then it followed suit right afterwards, right? Like it didn't come down as nasty as Bitcoin, right? Because if it did, it would have probably came down to these levels. But it did. It still formed, it broke that uptrend that it was on for a long time, guys. Look how long this shit was on this, man. Like it's crazy how long SPY had this uptrend going for. Oh, wrong one. Wait, wrong one, wrong one, wrong one. Dude, what am I doing right here? Date range. There we go. Damn, 656 days, guys. Like that's an uptrend, man. That's a strong, strong uptrend. It was bound to break, right? Like again, what goes up must come down eventually. And if you had this trend line drawn out, man, and you grab that short the minute it did break, right? Like you're in so much profits right now. You're good. You had a few times to take advantage of those profits and come back in, especially if you were kind of drawing this out as a bearish channel and it kept rejecting there. Another good opportunity for a short, and even here a few days ago. So same thing. I think we need to see a break out of this bearish channel. It can obviously last, just like it held that long. It can, do the same going down, right? If this had almost 600 days or whatever, then this can do the same exact thing, which is a scary part. But it's the stock market. Obviously, there's a lot safer than crypto, which to me is why this kind of held the way it did. And as long as stocks, they continue to do what they do, we should be okay on this, right? Like we should still see some, of course, downside, right? What goes up must come down, but eventually we should see a nice breakout. Start seeing some new highs on SPY, the Dow, all of them, man. Like they all ran great within the last, I think, just few months. They just been kind of giving us this where they started coming down a bit. So let me see. Gold. Let's look at gold. What's gold has done this year? And boom, now we're actually trading stuff like gold, which makes me excited because look at that double top right there. If you caught that double top on the daily, oh my god, that was a perfect double top. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like you can see this in any chart, man. You just gotta find it. There's your double top perfectly right into a bearish channel, right? Like wow, that's money right there. That's you catching that at the top and riding that sucker down, like really down. And then again, look, I played this long, right? What was it the other day? Because it broke out of the bearish channel, right? There's your breakout. It was already up, so I didn't want to chase it. So I waited for the retest, man, and it fucking played. Like it hit trend line, right? This is a whole trend line that it's on. I got an entry here. Look at my entry on this, guys, and took profit somewhere around there, closed. But it was, it played out beautifully. That's what I'm telling you guys. These other charts, I think crypto, as much as I love breakout trades, I think this last few months in crypto, I've been looking at breakouts and I'm getting on them and they're doing this, coming right back down and giving you lower fucking lows than what it had, which is again why I'm telling you, like, just crypto right now, it's just, it's a little hard to trade. I'm not gonna lie. It's been tough past few months. How I got 4% last month, I have no fucking clue, guys. It was just I closed my eyes and I just fucking killed it the last 2-3 weeks. Um, but that's just focus, right? Like that's just me trying to fucking focus and really trade my ass off. This month again, it's too much, holidays, family time. So I don't think I'm going to come back and bounce around and just throw another 20, 30 trades within the last 10 days. I think I'm actually going to just take some time off, man, because I've done a lot this year. And I've been trading my ass off. We've been taking off with good vibes. We did a beautiful thing this year with good vibes, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to do with it next year. We're gonna obviously continue to growing it, expanding it, making it really bringing in value to a good vibe. So it's gonna be a long year, but I'm looking forward to it, guys. And more trading, obviously, more lives, a lot more things that me and the team have been fucking brainstorming back and forth, and really looking to show you guys, man. So that's about it, guys. That is our Sunday prep. We have our levels drawn out on Bitcoin. What was this chart? Hold on, let me see where did I draw it. Right now we're at that point in Bitcoin where it's pretty close to that demand, which again, I think for us to go down to those 12K levels and things like that, we need to hear some like really shit news. Maybe another war, something, right? Like it's always something news driven that kind of breaks it back down, and just really goes to shit. I think we need something like that to really see Bitcoin to these 12K levels. If not, then again we're pretty close to demand. Right now we're actually smack down at the middle. So even the next few days, I'm trying to just look at Bitcoin to see what it wants to do. I'm not trying to like master a call because I told you guys I really don't like trading this when it's in the middle. Anything like I'm noticing more and more that those are my worst trades. Like I said, I go back, I look at my trades, and the ones that were the worst, the ones that always kind of like didn't really do much, or just went straight to like fucking loss, stop loss, were the ones that were caught in the middle, right? Like they weren't caught next to resistance where I can play off the resistance for sure, and they weren't caught at the bottom where I can look for the bounce off of a nice support. They were caught slap dab in the middle, and then it's like, all right, fuck, man, my stop loss is all the way down here, over 50%. I have to DCA for sure, right? Which again, DCA should always be considered something as an emergency, not something that you look forward to doing on every trade, right? Like DCA should be, oh shit, you know what? This trade isn't going too well. It's close to support. I'm gonna DCA here, and if it breaks under, then my stop loss is here, and I'm out. It's one of those things. It's not, oh shit, I'm up, damn, let me DCA it right here, and all of a sudden shit goes down. Like, use it wisely, and again, try to get in the habit of just DCAing once. DCA should be, hey, my entry wasn't the best. This is my second chance to fix that mistake. And again, you're gonna wait till that trend is, that downtrend is officially, or if you're long, right? If you're long, you're gonna wait for that downtrend to officially be over. DCA that one time when it's showing you signs of reversal, and have that stop loss right under that. If it's a fake out and you got caught on that fake out, then shit, man, you're out. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. Your stop loss is there. That's what these things are built for. That's what they're there for, right? Like, think about it, guys. Think about some of the biggest mistakes you guys done this year, right? Myself included. It's been not having a stop loss, not sticking to certain rules. You know what I mean? So definitely want to have those set rules, guys, and that's one of them, man. No matter who it is, guys, if your favorite trader doesn't give you a stop loss, put one yourself. Put one yourself. If this guy didn't do it, hey Ken, this guy didn't supply me with a stop loss. Where would you put it if your entry was here? And I'll help you guys out. Tag me and or any of us, ask us and we'll help you. But I don't care what trader it is. It's not up to them to have a stop loss. It's up to you. Every trader is different, as you guys can see. Every trader, some guys give you the charts, some don't. I'm not a big fan of that. I've seen too many people copying other people's trades, and believe it or not, it usually comes from the guys that don't put up their fucking TA. Surprise, surprise, right? So watch out for that. And again, just know that if they don't give you one, get one. Make sure that every trade you guys are in, you have a set stop loss. You have some kind of TP in place where, again, if he doesn't give it to you, then shit, man, look at your chart and try to find one. Find the resistance point, right? And then put your TP right under that resistance point. That way it'll give you, some kind of direction. But don't trade blindly, guys, anymore, man. Like that shit is it's cool when we all first start, right? When we're brand new to trading and we're trading blindly. We all did it. I did it. We all did it. But get to that point where you want to know what you're doing now, right? Like it was cute at the beginning. Now let's get to a point where, all right, if I'm gonna lose money, it's gonna be because I didn't do something right. Now we're not gonna blame it on the analyst or anything. Everybody is to each his own. You guys got to remember that when we're putting out calls, we're putting out trades that we're getting on, right? Because we feel pretty confident in it. Doesn't mean it's gonna hit, but this is why when you have your own TA, then you can decide. One, nothing makes me happier than a student of mine that I've taught before that writes me after a trade that is, especially that I threw out, that is going bad. And he's like, hey, Kenny, I didn't get on that one, man, because look, we were oversold here and here. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, I didn't catch it. Good fucking eye, man. Like, good job. That's great. He didn't get on it because he saw the resistance. Maybe I was, trying to do it too fast. I missed it and I'm already on the trade, right? So this is why we really focus here on education, because anybody can give you guys calls. I can have you guys piggyback my calls all day and right? Like, you're not gonna learn anything that way. Here we teach you guys to trade because we want you guys to do this shit yourself. You know, Eventually it's gonna come to a point where you guys want to do this yourself. There's not a better feeling than you drawing out your own TA and it hitting. It's like fuck, man. It's like having sex. You know what I mean? But not really. But you know what I mean. It's an amazing feeling, guys. So I want you guys to feel that. So this next year, like I said, we're gonna continue doing classes like crazy. We're gonna try to get some of the best traders in here to talk to you guys so you can pick their brains. My battery's dying. Hold on. So you guys can pick their brains and learn this, and pick figure out your own styles and do this finally. All right. Guys, thank you for joining our last Sunday prep of 2022. It's been a fucking blessing of a year. It's been a crazy, crazy year. I'm looking forward to even a crazier year next year, so we can continue to trade and do what we do. If you guys have any questions, let me know now. If not, again, thank you for joining. Alrighty. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Hold on, I want to see this last trade I was on. Hold on, guys. Let's see if we're still up on this trade. That resistance zone, guys. I'm telling you, know your zones, right? We caught this before this day. It was doing this Friday. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna fucking pump and hit stop loss, but this is what TA does for you. I saw beautiful, beautiful demand zone here. I mean, excuse me, supply zone, rejection, clear cut rejection here, rejection here, rejection here, close to it again here. Boom, we got the rejection today. Flawless. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, it's pushing up a little bit. We already have, look, we hit TP number 2, stop loss at entry, so now it can go up and we're good. But we at least got what we were looking for, 30% is always good to me, man. You know me. I'm happy with that. Not a greedy guy, man. I'm always gonna be happy with anything that is not a loss. But again, it still has very good potential of it continuing to come down to TP 2, 3. I mean 3 and 4. Again, we had a trend break on this, right? Right? Like look at the trend break. We had a beautiful trend break on this. Bam. And it nose dove right into TP number 2. So leg up to continue going down is what I'm hopefully looking for on this, to continue printing. If not, again, we already, we got our TP number 2. We got stop loss at entry. Now we can continue looking for more trades if I want to. You know what I mean? Like that's it, guys. Like every time you guys are up, there should be no reason that you let a trade go back down red, right? Like once you're up 20, 30%, man, take something. Take something, put that stop loss at entry. The beauty about crypto, and what we do is right, we can always trade it again. It's not like stocks and options where you have to wait for your money to clear the next day and then be able to trade. Like we get instant buying power. So play it smart, play it safe, take profits, get yourself into the habit of taking profits. You can't go broke taking profits. All right, I'll leave it at that. Guys, again, thank you. Have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna be probably trading the next 2-3 days, but very lightly. I still have to do packing and all kinds of family stuff before Christmas. So again, I'm just gonna be really light this week, and then come January, you already know, guys, what we're doing. We're making a mess in the market. So I'm looking forward to having all you guys there with us. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. I will talk to you guys later.